All right, we are live from CanJam SoCal 2024. I'm here with Mircea with Meze Audio. Good to see you again, my
Good
friend.
to see you,
Always a
Marcello.
pleasure.
Same here.
So you've got a brand new headphone here.
Yeah, this is an unreleased headphone that we have here. It's called the 105 AER, which stands for Air in Romanian. So, yeah, it's a parallel here. So basically, the 105 AER is based on the 109 Pro with some minor differences. So we have ABS PC for the ear cup. It's still an open back design, which uses the same size of ear cups, ear pads. The chassis is very similar to the 109 Pro, same comfort, same build quality. Zinc parts, metal band, velour pads. So most of the stuff that you will find on the 109 Pro, it's also found on the 105 Air. It's the same family of product. Um, we will price this at a more affordable level than the 109 Pro. It's still not decided, but we're looking at somewhere around $400. Um, it uses still a 50 millimeter dynamic driver with the dual membrane technology that we have on the 109 Pro. The differences are that we no longer have the CNC aluminum chassis for the driver, and instead of the beryllium coated peak for the surround, we have only peak without the beryllium coating, but the dome uses the same carbon reinforced paper. So it, it's very close to the 109 Pro, but not exactly as revealing, as resolute as the 109 Pro. We consider that the um, price to performance ratio is very attractive, and we look forward to hear your thoughts once the product is out. Um, from a tuning perspective, it's a more relaxed headphone, so highs are a bit subdued compared to the 109 Pro. And in the bass region and sub bass region, we added 1 to 2 dB. So it's slightly tilted towards the warm side, but it's still not the 99 Classics when it comes to tuning. It's just a more relaxed 109 Pro at a more affordable price. We think that this is can be used as also as a gaming headphone, combined with our newly released bomb mic, which is compatible with all of our 3.5 millimeter mono 3.5 headphones. So the Lyric, the 99 Classics, the 109 Pro, it's all compatible with this bomb mic. Yeah, we look forward to having this headphone out and to hear your opinion once you listen to it.
Yeah, I was able to, before we started streaming, to get some listening time with it on the showroom floor. I mean, the showroom floor is a little challenging to get
Yeah.
perfect, impressions because it's a noisy floor. But what I noticed right away is that extra warmth in the bass region and a little bit more relaxed in the top end, which is exactly what I like. So for the price, I think you're going to have a very spectacular headphone on your hands, and it's also just beautiful to look at. I mean, the grill and the work on it is just exceptional.
Sure.
Yeah. It won't focus too
Yeah,
close,
yeah.
but if
Then
you go here, let's see, just go here,
yeah,
like
yeah.
in
That's
line with us,
cool.
you can see. But I mean, just the way you guys did all this work on it, and I love how it's just all blacked out. Like, that look to me is so cool. I really dig it. And I recently reviewed the boom mic on our YouTube channel, and this is an exceptional little mic for such a great
We
price.
did a lot of testing internally and a lot of optimization when it comes to the audio capsule and the way we placed it in, the materials that we used to cover it up. And I think for the price, I think we really made a very
Oh,
attractive bomb
I
mic.
agree. I mean, for the price, it's going to be hard to beat, and it can work with so many great headphones too because it's a 3.5
Yep.
millimeters. So
Yes.
I love it. It's exceptional. So, and these headphones, I can't wait to review these and spend time at home with these because I have a very strong feeling based on the 20 or 30 minutes I was listening to them.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be right the kind of headphone that I like.
Cool.
Yeah. So, you guys feel free to jump in with any questions that you have. So we were talking about you recently were at an event where you guys have gotten some prestigious awards basically for all of your design work, and you guys are legends for design. Obviously, you make, in my opinion, the most beautiful headphones in the world, both from a sound perspective as well as from a physical design and look and feel. So tell me about what this last year has been like for Meze.
Well, let's start with this award because
Yeah.
this came as a bit of a surprise for us. We were not really sure what it is about. So it's called Design Europe, and it's patterned by the EUIPO, which is the organization that registers design in Europe. And this is a multinational agency under the European Union, and it has more than 1,000 employees. And basically, all the design that you want to register in Europe, it has to be validated by this agency. And they had a contest this year with 800 nominees, and out of them, we got elected as finalists together with two other products. So there were three finalists, and it was a speaker from B&O, hospital bed, and the Empyrean too.
Wow, that's
so it was
awesome.
quite interesting to get this nominee. The hospital bed one, it's more of a social. I don't know exactly.
Sure.
The jury didn't explain the rules and all that, but yeah, it's a good feeling, and we feel humbled and honored to be nominated on such
spectacular.
Because in this niche we have, let's say, a say. We really care about design, but to be validated at the European level by a real agency, it's, I think,
Very rewarding.
very rewarding.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we had one of our viewers have a question. Per Bill says, "What is the price?" This is going to be at about $400.
About 400. It's not set, so it might move a bit, but
Okay.
yeah, that's what we're aiming for, $400, and maybe 2 months from now it should hit the stores.
Okay,
so it's
perfect.
in production as we speak. We'll see whether or not we catch November or it's going to be early December.
Awesome. Very cool. Hey, Carmine, saying hi from Toronto again. Good to have you join us again. Great question, Perpillo. Thank you for that. So what else is new and coming? I mean, I know you can't discuss everything, but where do you see the future of Meze? Where you guys want to move and go?
So we work on several projects. Usually we work anywhere from 4 to 10 projects.
Right.
Some of them don't see the light of day.
Sure.
Some of them are small projects. For example, we have the stand. So that's
a beautiful stand.
It's an accessory, but we spend a lot of time making it, and I think it's one of the most stable and most beautifully designed stands. What we released recently is the Meze Alba IEM, which for the price that we sell it for, it's exceptional. It has one of the lowest measured distortions in an IEM. The MQDAS, if I'm not wrong, measurements scored extremely high.
Right.
So I think we really offer a very interesting and good sounding IEM for 160.
It's also quite beautiful, the design too.
It shares the same shape as the Advar.
Yeah.
But we use different materials, different techniques to be able to lower the price a bit.
Right.
So it's zinc and it's not PVD, it's painted. So all these minor details when it comes to production processes and technologies, they influence the final price.
Right.
So we have kind of an internal rule that the price of the product has to be correlated with the technologies and the sound. So we want to offer like a fair value from our perspective.
Yeah, makes sense. Says Carmine said he's looking forward to auditioning the Empyreans too. Yeah, they're great headphones. You definitely got to get a listen time with them. So what do you think directionally wise? So some of your, well, this is a different sound. So, the 109 Pro, I would say, definitely has a bit more a treble and extension on the top end. The new Meze Empyrean 2 kind of departed a little bit from the original Empyrean 2 and gave you a little bit more detail, resolution, and top end. Do you feel like that is the direction Meze is going, or will it just kind of be based on the headphone and you'll like this one's a warmer tuning and more relaxed?
I would say that we will try. I mean, having a specific house sound makes it easy for the customer to know exactly what to expect, but we like to experiment, and we think that every single headphone, depending on the technology and the driver and the acoustic part of it, you play with it. We listen to it, we tune it, we follow some house curve sometimes. I mean, it's not just one specific house curve. Let's
Sure,
put it like
sure.
that. So we decide based on the use case scenario, based on the capability of the driver, how to tune it. So, I would say that we'll try to go both ways. We're gonna offer more relaxed house sound, Meze house sound with
Yeah.
some products, but also play with a
More audiophile, a little bit more.
audiophile, neutrally Harman Kardon type of
Yeah.
perceived sound, because not
Sure.
always the measure really tells you how you will perceive
Right.
the sound. So we adapt the tuning to the actual capability and the natural um, um, sound of the driver system,
Right.
of the acoustic system.
Right.
So
Yes.
I wouldn't go like blindly. This is our only curve, and this is what we will follow.
Good. I like
Because
that. That's good because
in-
you got different type of listeners. So.
Different types of listeners. We are already not the smallest company in the industry, so we have to make sure that, uh, yeah, all of the products have their own space and really bring some revenue. So
Yeah.
we have to cater for a wider audience because.
Yeah,
we
smart.
know
It's good
we're
business.
almost 60 by now, and it's
Yeah.
not as easy as it was when we were 10.
Yeah, makes
Yeah,
a lot of
definitely.
sense to me. All right, let's see. It says, uh, is Meze working on an amplifier project to go with a new Elite? What new Elite? Or you mean the Empyrean 2, maybe? Are you working on any amplifiers or anything like that? Not at this time.
So in Romania, we have some friends that do very good amplifiers and DACs. It's Audio Byte, and we have also Rockna. So Rockna is their stereo division, and Audio Byte is their headphone division. They're not new, but their manufacturing capabilities were always quite low because it's a small company. Um, we discussed with them the possibility of maybe doing something, but we don't have anything in the
Not
works
yet.
right now.
Okay, cool. Good question. Thank you for that. So the Meze Elite was, since he mentioned the Meze Elite, that still kind of got more of that Meze house sound
Yes.
warmth to it. So, if and when you guys do change that headphone, do you think it'll stick to that house sound, or do you think it might be more closer to the new Empyrean 2? Or time will tell.
I think this question is a very good question because we get questions about it and comments. We see comments when the new Elite will come out, and I can tell you that we're not actively working on a new Elite.
Because it's still fantastic
I
as
think
is.
it's still fantastic. I think
Yep.
still it's the product that still has that original Empyrean
Yeah.
house sound
Yeah.
that some people love.
Yep.
And because of the more advanced materials on the diaphragm of the Elite, we get the technicalities and the resolution above the original Empyrean. So
Yep.
the Empyrean 2, it's tuned in a more, let's put it, correct way or
Neutral way.
neutral
Yeah.
way, which is good. It works fantastic with the Empyrean, but we really want to be able to offer that more relaxed house sound.
Yeah, good.
And the Elite, I think, does the best out of for these jobs. So
I
if you
agree.
have a more relaxed sound, then you need to compensate with more resolution and faster.
I agree. Well, and also you have the angled ear pads now too, which you can add to the Meze Elite,
Yes.
which also changes the sound a bit.
It does.
It gives you a little bit more soundstage performance. So I mean, there's also that too.
Yeah.
So you can also, if you want, change the sound that way without any EQ or
So
any
we
other
might
things.
do some more ear pads,
Oh, cool.
which could potentially alter the sound of the original
Sure.
Elite.
Yeah.
And I think for current customers that own the Elite,
Right.
knowing that their top of the line headphone from Meze will be relevant for a longer period of
Yeah.
time, but they can still refresh it or
Change up the
change
sound.
up
Yep.
the sound a bit just by changing the
It's
pads.
fun. It's
I
fun
would
too.
say it's fair and fun, and
Yeah.
you don't have to sell
Spend
it at
another
a high discount and then pay
Yes.
again for the full retail
I
price.
love that. I wish
Yeah.
all manufacturers thought that way because you don't want to buy a $4,000 headphone every year. Most people don't. The average consumer, right? That's a lot of money. So being able to buy it and have a good life,
Especially if you buy it at, let's say, the end of life or end of cycle, and you just bought it and
that's
then
so
you find
frustrating for
it.
people. Yeah.
It happens, and we have
It
to
does.
apologize for people that went through that. You
Yeah.
cannot announce it beforehand.
No,
It's a bit
yeah.
more complicated, but we understand the frustration that exists. and we really discuss internally when and how to release the next project
Smart.
and how everything will turn out.
Perfect.
So it's a bit of consideration.
Says, okay, it's Juanita says, love that the newer products are at lower price points while still keeping great build quality and design. The Elites are still my favorite headphones.
Thank you, honey.
Yeah, Juanita, I love the Elites too. I also was a huge fan of the Empyrean original, especially for electronica. Oh my gosh, there was something, to this day, I still think that's my favorite headphone for electronic music. I don't think anything can surpass that for me yet, but pretty fantastic. It says, yeah, we were just talking about that, Juanita. It says, any new ear pads for the Elites and Empyreans on the horizon? And he was just saying that is potentially something that could happen in the future.
So internally we have, besides the acoustic engineers, we have in the production, two of our colleagues are able to do prototypes of earpads. So when some new idea comes from the sound team, we are able to develop the earpads internally and test it out. The, the, the issue lies sometimes in deciding, because there's always some sort of compromise. So just by earpads have huge impact on sound. But having an earpad that doesn't lose anything and only brings more, it's not always that simple.
It's not easy.
It's not easy. And then you run into the compatibility issue, because now we have the Elite and the Empyrean 2. We have the dual earpads for Empyrean 2. Some people asked for them, they want to try it on the Elite. It's subjective, but objectively we wouldn't recommend it.
Right.
If you want to try it.
If you like it, you like it. Yeah.
Of course. So, but bringing too many earpads, it might create also a bit of confusion.
Yeah.
And then the intended purpose or the sound as we considered it for that specific product, it's all over. Which is, for the hobbyist, it's great.
Yeah.
But our customers are not only headphone community.
No, you get a lot of music production.
We have people that like nice product and are into design. We have stereo people, and for them, even the concept of changing earpads can sometimes be which sound?
Do I choose? Which do I want? The beautiful thing, though, is on your higher end models, you have the best way of attaching them with the magnets. That is just.
And now we added that to the Lyric 2.
That's right.
The Lyric 2 is also with interchangeable pads.
I love the Lyric 2 too. That was for me was a huge step up from the original. I mean, I was like, wow, like it was very impressive. So that was one of my favorite closed back headphones I've actually heard in the last year. So let's see. It says here. Says Carmine says the audiophile conundrum: better gear or better music, or as we all know, both. Yeah. And Carmine likes EDM music. Yeah, you should definitely check out EDM music, Carmine, with Meze audio headphones. I think I like it a lot with the Elite, the original Empyrean, and these guys, these new ones. I was listening to some electronica on them and some rock and some classic rock, and I think these are going to be a lot of fun for those genres, because you don't have, sometimes those recordings, right? Like, especially like some rock or hard rock or metal, in the top end, you need a little bit more relaxed. Otherwise, it doesn't sound as good. And these type of headphones are going to play, I think, with all kinds of type of recordings, which is going to be fantastic.
Yeah, versatility was really one of the key words when it came to the tuning of this headphone. So we understand that the more affordable price point maybe will open up this headphone to a wider audience that listen to all sorts of music, and they use it in all sorts of scenarios. So maybe gaming, maybe some conferencing, maybe just at home, I don't know.
Yeah.
So we think that the more relaxed type of sound, it's better for a wider
audience
selection
and use case. Yeah. I think you're spot on. All right, cool. So we got a couple more minutes. If you guys have any other questions, please feel free to drop them in. The other thing too is, like, if you get on a Zoom call for work with these on, you're going to be the coolest person on the Zoom call. Like, I mean, that is, it's a conversation starter, right? If you're on a work call and you're talking to somebody, you know, in a different state discussing business, and you have these on while they're just got these little junky, maybe Bluetooth earbuds in their ears, people are going to be like, whoa, what are those? So, I mean, you want to be the coolest person on your calls. There you go, right here.
And we still have all the serviceability that we're known for, so everything is attached through screws. You can open it up in case something happens, replace the specific parts.
Yeah, you guys are very intelligent from that perspective, because it's not only about servicing the customer and their needs if something needs to be replaced, but it's also about sustainability and the environment and protecting our planet. Talk a little bit about that.
Okay, so our view on sustainability maybe has two pillars. First one is the more you like a product and the more you feel like you have an intimate connection to it, the more you look at it and you appreciate it, the less of a chances are that you're going to replace it in 1 year and buy something new. So
Right.
by using products for a longer period of time, you create less waste,
Yep.
which is very sustainable.
Yep.
And then because you like it and you use it for a long period of time, accidents happens, wear out happens.
Sure.
It's a soft good in the end. So being able to replace specific parts in case of accident or something else, it's also very important for us when it comes to sustainability.
Right.
So by combining these two, we think that there is a good chance, and also not replacing product too often.
Right.
So you get something that you think you like, you end up really liking it, and then using it for a long
Right.
period of time. I think it's a considerate way to think about sustainability.
I like that a lot. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and also heirloom, right? You can hand it down to kids, family members, you know, whoever. It's a stay. It can stay in the family.
Definitely. I mean, maybe you use it for 5 years, and at a certain point, we have something that you think it's more down your alley.
Yep.
But the product still works.
Yep.
And you just gift it to someone.
Yep. And you're
Introduce them to the hobby. Have a new generation of listeners. I think that's
what I'm going to do with my daughter. That's it. She's going to be
How old is she?
She'll be 6 in November. So yeah.
I have a 3-year-old son, so.
Oh, 3-year-old is the coolest age. That's so fun.
And we're waiting for a second.
Oh, congrats. That's awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Very cool. Let's see if we have any other questions. It says... Carmine's making a joke. He's funny. He said, if you're wearing Meze's on a Zoom call, there may be questions about everyone's pay scales. Well, I mean, these are pretty reasonably affordable, though, if you think about it. But yeah, they look way more expensive than $400. They definitely do. It says here. Next question is, any new colorways for the Elites or Empyrean 2? I love the look of the OG Empyrean with the black and copper. Time will tell. You never know.
Time will tell. I mean, we experiment internally. We have a paint booth. We can play around. We do anodizing in close to us. So options are there, but it creates always waves with dealers, distributors, owners. So we have to be considerate and careful also with that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Maybe limited editions every now and then.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Very cool. Good. Well, do you want to discuss anything else or leave any of the viewers with anything else before we wrap up?
I think we can wrap it up. Thank you for having us. I'm going to the seminar. Sean Olive is having
that's
the seminar.
Right, at 11,
I
right?
Oh,
yeah, that's right. We got to get you over there.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for joining us, and thank you so much. You are always fantastic.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next stream. Stay tuned, everybody.